Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for episode 14 of Supergirl's final season. Last week's episode saw the team facing off in a race against Nixley to be the first to conquer this gauntlet, this trial, this test of the courage totem, which during their first initial encounter splits it in half. And it comes down to whichever one can finish theirs first, the other piece will return and join back. Kara's test takes her to the first episode and has something to do with her first, for her debut in heroism, from where she rescued Alex on that plane that was crashing. And she couldn't figure out exactly what the trial was about for her. She thought it was initially about, she was too afraid of being outed, or she was too afraid of being seen, that she didn't get herself involved in some other situations that could have used her attention during that time. She just saved the plane, flew off, and went back home. Instead, she tried multiple things and could not figure it out. Nixley, however, hers was about accepting her guilt, her pain, her love and lack of holding her brother accountable for his own betrayal. Lots of stuff going on there, a lot of fun stuff. However, the fun thing about the episode, because it was hilarious, was the effects of the totem breaking caused everybody around them to just be like hit with a surge of just exuberant courage. And it made for some hilarious moments, specifically with John, who's usually not good at talking about his emotions, being brave and talking about his feelings and stuff all the time, being super positive and uplifting and just like being insanely cheery and chipper. Meanwhile, Alex is just throwing herself into every dangerous event with a smile on her face. And like, it was just a fun episode. Brainy was guesstimating instead of actually taking his calculations seriously. It was just fun. It was a pretty fun, zany episode. I like when they do stuff like that, because I think the talent that they have as far as the cast and crew on here, they're all charming people. Like, whether or not the stories or whatever that they're dealing with is well written or anything like that, or even engaging in some cases, they are great at just bantering and just making a moment fun, lived in. And they're just, I mean, when it comes to the comedy, I think this team really has a lot of talent when it comes to that. Like, especially Jesse Rath, I think they really knocked it out of the park with some of that stuff. It was just funny, man. It just it cracked me up more than there was any drama in the episode for me, honestly. But I'm excited to see where they go from here. We only got, 6 episodes to go after this before we're in the finale. But guys, remember, if you want to see the full-length unedited reaction to this episode, you can check that out over Patreon, or if you become a member here on the channel, just gets you access to that as well. Just helps me work towards getting a full-time editor for the channel to help me with upcoming projects or just random shows that come out of nowhere, like Squid Game, which I put myself through hell over the weekend to finish and edit all on my own, and it was a lot of fun though. Like, I love that show. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it, though it is very dark, and if you can't handle certain subjects, you might not make it through it, but it was a fun time. But of course, other ways you can support the channel is by liking, commenting, subscribing. That always helps with the YouTube engagement, helps the videos along, and in turn helps the channels. But guys, that all down out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into this week's episode. Here we go.
No,
That was an
not again.
interesting shot there.
Don't we have enough stress in our lives?
What's stressful? Whose turn is it? John's.
I agree with John, though. Quite the stressful game.
William Day is going to be embedded at the tower, covering all of us for Catco.
Oh, they said yes. Oh my God.
We need the public support, especially if things continue to spiral with Nixley.
I have a home check with an alien orphan named Esme. I met her at Joey's group home.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Why are you laughing?
Why is Nixley happy right now?
It's Nixley. I can sense her. She's really happy.
Another totem in National City.
What the fuck?
It's almost too easy.
Wow. Really? You say?
Fate is just dropping them on my doorstep.
Or, you know, convenient writing. It's like when all but one of the paragons in the multiverse were all on these shows.
After everything she's been through, to have such spirit, it's just wonderful.
Oh, I'm so happy the three of you are hitting it off.
I made you this to thank you for everything.
I just wanted to say I appreciate you trusting me with your secret, Jean. Or should I call you Mr. Manhunter?
Jean will do.
This is gonna be weird.
How did Kara and Nia develop such close relationships with the Martian head of the former DEO?
Let's just say they have a friend in common.
So, how does this work?
Well, you can't disclose the location of the tower, and you can't ID the Super Friends or even try to learn their
If you
identities.
do, I'll wipe your mind.
He can do that.
Yeah.
It's Naxum's ship. It's over the city.
Nixley.
Mixed martial arts festival. Which totem is it?
That is one of the 7 keys to unlocking all the power of the universe. And you've just been carrying it around in your sweaty pocket.
I don't know why. I love Nixley. You're gonna do it right here?
Use it wisely.
Wait, is that it? Are you kidding? That's it? No test?
That's it?
Yeah, right?
There's no gauntlet? All right then.
Which one is it, though? Which totem? Oh god, this is like the Fight Club episode of X-Files. Just with way better music. And no Kathy Griffith. What totem is it, though? I don't understand.
Humanity is everything we think of as compassion and empathy.
Oh, so it's the
Exactly
humanity
things that
totem?
Nixley drained from her victims.
So the humanity totem is probably the one Nixley got.
Hold on. If every planet has a set of totems, why does every planet have a humanity totem? Or is that just what we're calling it? Because we're humans, and that's what we're relating it to.
If I understand my mother's writings correctly, uses the discharged energy from the humanity totem to track it. It's a bit advanced, but we've been readying the lab.
It's not like you have like a direct like call line to people who know this stuff. Astra, Constantine, just to name a few. And not to say that like they would have to do the spell for them, just like somebody can instruct her, help her with it that actually knows of witchcraft and wizardry. Or we could just introduce Zatanna. Just saying.
That home check go with that little girl is Esme? It was great.
Oh, I'm so glad. I know you were worried about her.
It looks like she's gonna get her happy ending. And she made me this as a thank you.
Nice move.
Are they being affected by the totem, or are they just getting, like, lovey-dovey from the fight?
What do they know about what's happening? When did they find out? And who is responsible for it?
There are certain things I'm not able to report on. It isn't in my interest or Caco's interest to burn them right away.
Yeah.
I see what is happening.
Get the fuck out of
They're
here.
Making you feel welcome, showing you around, showing off their gadgets, making you feel like you're one of them.
Oh my god.
Because they may be the super friends, but they are not your friends. Now come back with the real story.
Yeah, eat shit.
Or don't come back at all.
No, fuck off.
I can't tell my lefts from my rights.
Okay, I am so sorry. I will fix this.
I mean, it's not permanent.
No. I just must have miscalculated the ingredients. It should wear off in about an hour.
Any luck with that spell?
Not yet.
So she just got like...
Lena broke my brain.
Oh.
I expect we'll have all 7 in no time.
The next totem's at The Hague.
We're going to the Netherlands.
I love travel.
Hey, at least that one's not a national city.
I have checked all the directions. I have measured all the ingredients twice, and all I managed to do was break Dreamer.
It's because your intuition isn't in the right place. You're relying too much on your science brain.
After he died, I would try to recreate his pastries, but they always came out off. I was so focused on the exact measurements, I'd forgotten the ingredients. The berries he picked from our garden, the crust he baked by hand. He wasn't just baking, he was creating. Put his heart into it.
Why is this making me emotional?
And I began to trust myself to make his recipes my way. Next time you try one of your mum's spells, put your heart into it. Maybe you'll be surprised at the result.
Damn it. Fuck. I got defeated by this fucking scene, man.
Thank you.
I blame Squid Game. Maybe too empathetic this weekend. Jesus. Okay, that fixes it. Jesus.
The news said whatever's happening is miles away, and now we've got plenty of food, water, and ice cream.
Aw, how's this gonna go sour?
Oh, are you scared, little one?
Whoa! Aw, okay. I was worried that these two parents were gonna end up being like shitty because they seem too happy. I don't trust people anymore, man.
Kill the guard without drawing attention.
You protect Lena. I got this.
What's happening?
The fuck?
Kill the guard, get the totem.
Is the surge of humanity make it to where she can't? Oh, shit.
I can't do it. I think I made things worse.
Made it worse or better?
What kind of being hurts others? He might have had children. He might have had people who loved him and cared about him. All I could think was how sad they'd be if I took him away from them. Oh, I can't bear it.
All right. We already have 2 totems now. Maybe there's a way of getting the others without hurting anyone. That way you get what you want, and I still get the life you promised me.
Oh, it's brilliant. You're brilliant. Thank you. You're always thinking about me.
I didn't expect that out of this episode, to be honest.
By repeating Lena's mistake at the botanical gardens and taking more humanity away from the original people that were flood Nixley with emotions, it might be too much for her to handle. And it might force her to restore everyone's humanity and get rid of the totem.
You won't do it. It's wrong.
Lena, people need help now. This is for the greater good.
For the greater good. Do you hear yourself right now?
William, have I
shown you the kitchen yet? Lena is going to amplify the totem's power so that everyone who was within Nixley's blast radius at the arena will lose their humanity too.
Doing so will cause even more chaos and destruction throughout the entire city.
So we'll have to spread out and try our best to keep the city safe.
Lena, you were against this plan before. What changed?
You?
The time has come for full transparency. By shining a light on our actions, people will be able to make up their own opinions about our methods.
Shout outs to the stunt crew, man, for taking these pratfalls and all that. Getting thrown through stuff and beaten all day long. Yonk. John, you could have done that without property damage.
All good here, Supergirl. How can I be expected to get anything done when there's so much suffering on this planet? If only I didn't have this damn cough. I could snap away poverty, disease, hunger. I could save the snow leopards from extinction. Am I the only one that cares?
That was so random.
It's okay, Esme. Just do your fire-breathing thing again.
I told you, I don't know how I did it. It was an accident.
Just be a big girl. You can have some ice cream later.
They're using the girl as a guard dog? Alright.
You're safe now.
It's like, what is this, the Ninja Turtles? She shouldn't actually have any impact. Her boredom, though. I appreciate that. This blood spray.
Now, you can either take the stories I give you, or I am sure the Daily Planet.
Fine. But I'm moving your desk next to the bathrooms.
Alright. Shorter distance when I gotta pee.
The Fords changed their mind. Yeah, they requested another placement for Esme.
Oh, but she was a right fit when they forced her to confront armed attack.
Are they gonna do it? Gonna have their own little dragon child. Or did I interpret that wrong?
It will be mine again. They all will. No matter what I have to do.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to go through all of that again, theoretically. Anyway. Kind of funny episode. Not as funny as the last one, I don't think. But I did like the random chaos and the focus on Lena's magic. I like the stuff with William a lot, actually. From his conversation with Lena, from his kind of approach to cracking the shell on the team, and then to that eventual build-up of him standing up to Andrea at the end. She wants the stories. She's got to comply. I'm just gonna say, like, I liked this movie. It's like her whole thing is like, we got to be in like top ratings. We got to have all the stories. And he's like, well, I mean, I could go to the Daily Planet. I'm sure they'd love it. I love that. I like that move. Nixley struggling with the humanity was really interesting. I was like, how is this going to come around? I was like, is this going to like help her reflect on her own choices, her own outlook or approach? Maybe it's like, we'll try this now, and she couldn't handle it. She couldn't take all the emotions on that snow leopard line. So good. Maybe like they're like, okay, we'll save this one for the last totem. So when she comes back, she'll just fail to it again, or it'll hinder her just enough for them to beat her. Or maybe that'll be the MacGuffin in the end that'll help. I only imagine them talk no juicing her out of all of this towards the end. In the very end, I feel like they will turn her around by the end of this in some way on her vengeance quest. Then you have the Esme adoption going on, that storyline. And it's like, I felt something off about that couple. I did. I swear. I don't remember if I said anything about it or not. Because then it's like, okay. Then when, you know, shit got real, it's like, all right, you can breathe fire. Things are crazy. There's people running around attacking the neighborhood. How about you stand outside and breathe fire at anybody who tries to go in our house? So did Kelly and Alex just adopt the kid, or what were those exchanges of looks? Because that's what I took that as. They still like walk towards the van. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Hasn't that been a conversation that's been on the table before? Like Alex wanting a kid at some point, or to adopt. I feel like that's come up before. I don't know. Maybe I'm making something up. The perception reversal of Dreamer's brain was hilarious, as Lena's trying to figure out how this magic works. Again, she's overthinking it, and I thought that was the direction that was going to go. Like her overthinking it, her not putting her soul and herself into it, and worrying about more of the mixtures, like using too much of her scientific brain. I liked how they approached that. I definitely expected that to be part of her struggle with using her new abilities. And I like the conversation she had with William about that. Again, I thought they had great utilization of William in this episode. I don't really know what else to touch upon. The chaos, though, I don't know. Again, like, I don't know how many people watch the X-Files on this channel, but there was a episode with Kathy Griffith called Fight Club, where these sets of twins were born in such a way that they, like, upset, like, reality or something. I can't remember the exact specifics, but anytime they get close to their doppelganger, they're not twins, per se. Well, they kind of are, but, like, they're, like, these universal anomalies that where they're like kind of doppelgangers that exist in the same world. And anytime they come within like vicinity of each other, everybody around them just breaks out into violence. And that's just what this reminded me of. Anyway, I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. I thought it was funny. It was fun. Moved the plot a little, well, kind of moved the plot a little bit. It kind of reset us. We was like, here's the totem, but we're going to put the totem back, and we'll come back to this later. But yeah, what did you guys think of the episode? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Remember, if you want to see the full-length unedited reaction to this episode or more, check those out over Patreon, or become a member here on the channel. It gets you access to those as well. You can come join our Discord, talk about the episode or any of the other DC shows we cover here, Marvel, movies, whatever. Come hang out. Links to all those are down in the description below. Before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends, Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori Korskov, Margaret Grace, Peelings M, and Mary Bradley. Thank you guys so much for your continued support, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.